Hey guys, hope everybody's doing good out there. What I wanted to touch on today was the actual logistics of bugging out. I had a video a little while back as far as bugging out versus bugging in and all that. And I had a video as far as what to look for in a bug out location. So I'm like, you know what, let's talk about what it's going to take to actually bug out, to actually do it. It's going to be pretty complicated. If any of you guys have ever thought about it and really tried to think about that kind of trip, what's going to happen, and it also depends on what type of event you're talking about. If you're talking EMP, yeah, where vehicles don't work, that's a whole lot different than you've got societal collapse, economic, whatever. So you're gonna have to think about that stuff. Do you have room in that vehicle? And I think I touched on this before, but kind of wanted to kind of dive in a little bit deeper. But let's just say that we are talking about EMP. In my mind, that's about the scariest thing that you got, okay? But even with that, there are going to be, in my opinion, benefits opposed to economic collapse. You know, the bad guys are paratrooping in and all that. You know, you got a Red Dawn type deal. EMP, you are going to know, yep, this is it, okay? There's not going to be any question. You're going to grab your cell phone and it's going to be off, and then you're going to try the lights and they're not going to work, and then you're going to try your vehicle and it's not going to work, and you're going to be like, yep, that's what that sounds like. Now, the good thing with that is, like I said, you will know. There's not any question. And people are going to kind of have, I don't know, a day, yeah, maybe two, where, yeah, they're going to be like, all right, I'll just hang out till the power comes back on. So you're going to have, in my opinion, a little bit of a head start. Now, there are movies out there and books out there on EMPs and coronal mass ejections, but who have read those books and who have watched those movies? Us, right? Okay, not your everyday Starbuck sucking Twitter and fool, okay? That not your normal everyday sheeple. They're not going to watch those movies, or if they do, they're not going to be paying any attention. So anyway, I think we're going to have a bit of a head start. So how far away is your bug out location? Okay, if you get on Google Maps, I'm sure most of us have used Google Maps, unless you have a iPhone and then whatever y'all use. I don't know. I don't know Mac stuff, iPhone stuff, all that. But anyway, Google Maps, you can tell it where you want to go and where you're at, and you can hit find the directions, and it will find you the direction how to get there and if there's any issues on the way. But another little feature it has that a lot of people don't know about, there is a little strip about, I don't know, a quarter of the way down, a third of the way down from the top of the screen that has like a car and then a bike, and pretty much what those are, you can click on those and it automatically takes you to the car. Okay, it'll take you 2.5 hours to drive here, okay, but you can click on the bike and it'll say it should take you this long to get here. And then there's one that has somebody with a like a backpack on and they're hiking, okay? And this is how long it should take you to walk there. That is very handy to know so that you can get an estimate. Now, if I remember right, the time that it takes to walk there, that is if you started and you didn't stop. So that doesn't count in pee-pee breaks and getting something to eat, or if your location's far enough away of actually holding up and getting some sleep. But it can give you an idea. If your location is a long way away, general rule of thumb, you can say about 10 miles a day. Now, can you do more than 10 miles a day? Absolutely. Heck, me, and you look at this, okay? I can do more than 10 miles in one day, but can I do 10 miles per day for 5 days? 2 days, 3 days? I don't know, okay? So pretty much, if you can think 10 miles a day, if you're walking at 2 miles an hour, that's 5 hours of walking, okay? Now, if you're talking Kansas, where everything's perfectly flat, or if you're talking, Colorado, that's going to change, okay? So you have to think about your area, the terrain features and all that. And if you're talking about road compared to cross country, that's going to change. But if you are talking sticking to the roads with, not completely flat, but doable. Most of your highways are doable, okay? Your interstates. There are some side roads that, walking up them, oh heck yeah, you're going to be taking many breaks. But anyway, as far as your highways, though, they try to make them as gradual as possible for the truckers. So that's going to come into play so that you have an idea of that as far as time. So if you are 200 miles away, that's 20 days, okay? And that's with every day doing 10 miles. That's not taking a break every now and then. That's not with the kids are tired, they need to rest for a day. That's not with somebody twisted their ankle, okay? My thought on it is, let's say you got a 25-year-old guy, his 24-year-old wife, and they don't have any kids. Dude, they're probably going to be able to get there, okay? They're probably going to be able to do it. But now let's say you add in a 2-year-old son to the mix. Yeah, it's going to change things. Let's say you add in your 70-year-old grandmother. Okay, you see where I'm going. So your conditions are going to determine what you're able to do. Sorry, didn't get a lot of sleep last night. My brain's kind of foggy. So as far as the logistics of the bug out, we are talking EMP, we are talking having to walk. So to give you some idea, I highly recommend, I'm not saying you need to walk to your bug out, okay? Because for those that have bug outs 200 miles away, 100, 150 miles away, dude, even 30 miles away, what are you going to do? Just go walking down the road? But what you can do is get your maps, and you know that you want to average 10 miles a day. Or if you got grandma in tow, let's see, could we do 6? Did we do 7? Okay. And kind of have your waypoints kind of planned out. Okay. Look for water sources, look for cover, things of that nature. And while you're driving, because I'm assuming if you have a bug out location, you're going to be visiting the location to take your preps to stockpile them there, because if you're bugging out on foot, there is no way that you can carry 2 years of food on your back and 5,000 rounds of 12 gauge shotgun, you know what I mean, all that stuff. So go ahead and start thinking out waypoints. Do not mark on a map your waypoints, your final location, okay? Something happens, you get separated from your map. However, bad guys steal your pack, any number of ways, okay? You don't have your map, and that map falls into the hands of somebody. They now know all of your rest stops, your waypoints, whatever you want to call them, and they now know the location of where you're going, okay? So make sure the people in your group, if it's your family that's going to be doing this bug out, make sure they know ahead of time, not to mark on maps, but know where they're going, okay? And I don't care if you're talking about a 10-year-old kid, okay? Make sure they know, because if something happens where you get separated, those people need to know where the waypoints are and have some sort of idea that, hey, if we get separated, we will all meet at the next rest area waypoint, and we will wait for 24 hours, 48 hours for everybody to catch up. Now, if it is your kids, yeah, you're probably going to wait as long as it needs to be, but you guys know what I'm saying. Have an idea, have a plan that if this happens, this is what we're going to do. So you've got your waypoints kind of planned out, not really scouted as much as just this is the area. You know, if you have the ability to scout those areas out, by all means, okay? Then you can start talking about things like caches, okay, or caches, whatever, however you want to say it. You know, taking you a 5-gallon bucket and throwing you some gear in there and burying it at around these waypoints, these way areas. So you got that covered. You got the maps. You're going to have to determine when you're going to travel through these locations, okay? Our plan is we are going to travel at night and rest during the day, okay? Now, the plan never survives first contact, right? For the first few days, we're probably going to be trying to put as much distance as we can. But let's say you kind of planned your route, you have to think, what's between you and your location? Is there a major population center between you and your location? You're going to want to go around that, okay? Are you going to get to that major city at day 10? Yeah, things are going to be rough by then, okay? So you're not going to want to be around there. You're going to have to loop way around. Have that stuff figured out ahead of time. And that's where the traveling at night will come in handy. Is it foolproof? No. Okay? It is not foolproof. But it's a whole lot better than people seeing you and your gang rolling down the middle of a highway at 12 noon. Okay? Get you some night vision, your NVGs, okay? And kind of plan for your point man. He's going to wear these and he's going to work up ahead of us. That's another thing you got to have planned out as far as how are you going to travel. Are you going to travel in one big group? I highly recommend having a point man, a point person, or point people up ahead of the larger group, and have your communications ready so that you can talk back and forth. That way, that point person or persons that has the ability to see at night somewhat, okay, better than the naked eye, he can radio back to the group, hey, we've got a fire off to the right, appears to be 8 individuals, and, you know, give your description as far as what you're kind of thinking, Okay? But many things to think about. You're going to travel at night, you're going to travel at day. And as far as the things that you're going to be packing, that's a long video. That's a long video. There's plenty of bug out bag videos out there, and it always cracks me up because the person doing the video will bring out their bug out bag and they will open it and they'll start going through all their toys. Okay? And the one thing that a vast majority of them don't have in there are clothes. Okay? Now, if you're talking about your bug out location is a 3-day walk, can you go 3 days without changing your clothes? Yeah. Okay. It's going to start getting kind of nasty. Now, can you go a week without changing the undergarments, if you know what I mean? No, that's no bueno, guys. That's bad. So you have to take that into account, that in that bug out bag where you stored all your knives and your food and your ammo and your fire kit and your shelter and your calories and all this, you gotta have clothes too, guys. Okay? That's a big one. Like I say, I see guys make all the time is they don't have any clothes. But yeah, as far as what you're going to take, it's going to be big. It's going to be bad. You're going to have a lot of stuff, and that's why most of the guys that I've watched their videos, they preach, use your stuff, try out your stuff. Yeah, I don't want to see a video of a guy, and this is my bug out knife and the thing is brand freaking new. No, go out there, use your stuff. That's going to tell you, well, you know what, I really need this, or you know what, I didn't even use this thing. Okay? There's stories of hikers cutting the handles off of their toothbrushes to try to save weight. Okay? So yeah, so if they're doing that, do you really need to pack 1,000 rounds of ammo? You know, that's all on you. I'm not saying yes or no or other, okay? That's something for you to think about. Are you expecting many firefights between you and her? If you have quite a few high population centers, you guys know them, cities, okay, where lots of people's is. If you guys got a lot of people between you and your location and you're expecting that, you know, that's on you. Use your discretion. But my thinking is, if I'm taking enough ammo for that many engagements, how many of those engagements are you going to make through, guys? I mean seriously, we're not action stars here. We're not the heroes in some post-apocalyptic fiction. Okay, we're who we are. Okay, bullets goes both ways, guys. So it's like, yeah, how much do you need? And I'm going to leave that up to you, and I'm not going to. That's you do you. You know, I'm going to leave that at that. If you're talking about a bug out where, yeah, you're looking at a couple weeks, there's no way that you can pack enough food on top of everything else on your back to be able to make it that far. Is that where your caches come into play? Maybe. Okay, if you've identified those points. Are you planning to do the hunt, fish, trap thing? You know what? For the first couple weeks, you might. Okay? But are you going to want to give away your location with the sound of a gunshot? Well, I'll take a crossbow. So now you're going to carry a crossbow on top of everything else? I've said it before, guys, trapping will keep you in meat. And I'm not saying to stay in one location for 3 days waiting for traps. You get to your waypoint, you get to your stopping point, and while everybody else is setting up camp, go out and throw some traps out. Learn about it now before you have to. Traps will keep you in meat. They just will. Okay, I can tell you from experience. Now, it might not be filet mignon. Okay, it might be coon or possum, but you get hungry enough, you eat it. And as far as, yeah, at your waypoints, everybody needs to have their job. I know I'm bouncing around, and I'm sorry. Everybody needs to have their job. It's like we've already discussed that, okay, you're going to be in charge of gathering water, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and nobody leaves site of camp by themselves, period, ever, okay? Because even, you know, if you're the one setting up traps, if I'm setting up traps, I want somebody above me watching around all the time, okay? Because your focus is not there. Anyway, so yeah, trapping, that will definitely do it as far as acquiring some food. Yeah, and like I've said before, this is not a video game. There is not going to be stashes of food hid under in every drawer and every box that you come across. Not saying not to scavenge, you know, if you're walking on the road and there's deserted cars, take a look, guys, okay? But anyway, yeah, think about your location. Think about that 10 miles a day. How many rest stops are you going to need? Are you going to need a rest day every 2 days of walking? Okay? Try to have that planned out. And I'm not doing this to scare you, but once you start adding up time, that 90 miles to the location, you're going to be like, dang, I never thought it was going to take this long to walk that far. Okay? There are a lot of things to take into account, and try to do what you can to plan for that. What else? The kids, yeah, you're gonna need all the diapers and the formula and stuff. And if you are planning to stick to the roads, I'm gonna hit this real quick. I know we got like 22 minutes in here, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up. I think I mentioned in another video as far as strollers, yeah, on roads, those work good, but you get off the road at all. Like I said, I was on a hiking trail that's made for old people, and it was a chore to take care of this stroller in that. But one thing to possibly think about for the hunters out there are like the deer carts, okay? They have bigger wheels. They're kind of made for going through the woods. Now, I don't know how many big fallen down trees you're going to take them over. But something like that, and I'm not saying load those things down to the hilt too, guys. I'm saying if Uncle Joe twists his ankle, he can get in that and y'all can push him down. Or while you're walking, instead of carrying your pack on your back, put it in that. Now you've got more motion. You are able to, if danger shows up, you're able to get from where you're at to cover a lot faster. But yeah, don't think that the deer carts are your end-all be-all and you can take grandma's old gravy bowl that she gave you. Okay, no, it's still, you need to go bare bones. But there are some options out there for you to think about. But like I said, if you're planning on cross country, it's probably going to be whatever you can put on your back. But well, and what do you guys think about all? What are your thoughts on the logistics of the bug outs? What did I leave out? Because I know I did. What did I leave out? Leave that down in the comments. What are some of your thoughts on having deer cart, stroller, something that you can push around, a wagon? Okay. They're gonna make too much noise. Okay, don't want them. They're gonna be squeaking. No, I need that because I got a lot of crap I gotta take. I got a month-long hike I'm gonna be on. Let me know in the comments below. But with that, you know, do the like, share, subscribe thing. That helps us out. That lets other people out there learn about us. And with that, I'll bid you adieu until next time. Bye.